Welcome back to Halftime Report on CNBC-TV18. Well, expect to end FY24 in a growth trajectory that no one in the history of global aviation has ever seen. These are words from Akasa Air founder and CEO Vinay Dube. Also talking about their plans for international expansion and much more in the conversation with our colleague Daanish Anand. Take a look.
We have foreign government permissions that are involved, and sometimes these foreign governments take 3 months, sometimes it takes 4 months or 5 months. We've made this application a little while ago, and so I would say it's imminent. And my thought is hopefully we'll get all our permissions in place for Riyadh, Jeddah, and Kuwait, like we did for Qatar, in a very short period of time. But I'm unable to give you a specific answer. It's not 9 months, it's not 1 year. Hopefully a lot shorter than that.
Right.
Perhaps later this summer.
Right. So by the end of FY25, how much business are you expecting from international routes? And is there some kind of a target that you've set for the company?
No, Daanish, we have not set a target for the company. Although, as we said earlier, we are, India's fastest growing airline. We are also India's, first and fastest growing internationally. And so we have, a lot of ambition internationally, but we haven't set a target. We've got an aircraft that has the capability to fly to East Africa. We've got an aircraft that has the capability to fly to Hong Kong, Indonesia, into parts of China, certainly to a number of, CIS countries. So we've got an extremely capable aircraft. We have not set ourselves a particular target. And I'll also say that we are, living in a country where, you've got the youth in India that really want to travel abroad. So I think international travel in India is going to grow much faster than domestic travel. And we're just very excited that this is the first step, of many international destinations to come, including in this coming financial.
Right. Since Akasa is going international, what are the plans for codeshare agreements? Are you in talks with some foreign airlines for the same?
For the moment, no. For the moment, I would say that India has, an incredible capability to be able to generate international traffic on its own without needing anything beyond. And so for the moment, no, we're very happy to do this as Akasa on our own.
Right. Now talking about the industry now, we are very well aware that the new flight duty rules that has been mandated by the DGCA, they're all set to kick in from the 1st of June. And the industry somehow feels that it is not ready for this, as there could be a shortage of pilots. So what are your views on this, and how do you align Akasa with the latest mandate from the government?
Yeah, so I'd like to point out two things. First, that Akasa has no shortage of pilots, right? We've got 700 pilots here. We're extremely pleased with the way in we've been able to attract and retain our pilots.
How do you expect to finish FY24 in terms of revenue growth?
We're not giving guidance on this, Daanish. There's some benefits of being a privately held company, and not having to provide, revenue and other guidance is one of them. I will say, two things in terms of finishing FY24. One is, financially and from a cash perspective, in an extremely strong position. So that's the one thing, I will say that we've built this, rock solid foundation when it comes to both the business model and when it comes to being capitalized and cash. And that's one way we expect to end FY24. And the second way is, in a growth trajectory that no other history in global aviation has ever seen. And the third thing is we expect to end I know I said two, but I've got the third. We expect to end FY24 as India's most on-time and most reliable airline, as published through DGCA statistics. So these are three things that I think you can expect us to end the fiscal year 24.
Right. What would be your number one priority in FY25, and how is the aircraft delivery plan really looking like for Akasa at this stage?
Yeah. So continuing to be, India's fastest growing airline continues to be a priority. We're not worried based on our delivery schedule. We've been able to work things out with Boeing to the point where the delivery is going to meet our expectations and is going to allow us to continue to be India's, fastest growing airline. So I'd say that, lots of growth, lots of international flying, lots of growth opportunities for our employees, is how we expect FY25 to look like, when it comes to size and shape. But really in FY25, we believe we'll continue to be India's most on-time, most reliable airline.
Right, interesting conversation there. We could definitely do with a few more airlines and a lot more efficiency in the skies as well, and some healthy players when it comes to their financials too. So that's about Akasa Air. Take a short break, come